What's up, guys? Welcome to another video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at an item from our friends at Xebec. We have done several videos for them on the Tri-Screen 2. I'll try to put a card up here, right here. Click on that. And then this is kind of their follow-up. This is their new product called the Snap. And this is taking that Tri-Screen 2 kind of to the next level. So let's go ahead and dive in and take a look at what all is encompassing the Xebec Snap. Alright, so first off, they've taken a lot of feedback from the Tri-Screen. Not that that's a great product in its own right. Don't get me wrong, I still used it. Well, I still use it, and I'm going to see if this will replace it, and for everything I've seen, it will. So the main feature and some of the improvements that they've made from the Tri-Screen is this is the snap bracket. They've improved the snap bracket, and they've created these little snap and goes. They're magnetic. They just kind of go in here, and that's why it's called Snap. And what I really like is they've integrated the cabling into this, where the older solution you had to have like a bunch of loose cables in your bag. And they've tried to also make this to where if you've got limitations from your laptop, like maybe you only have a couple C ports on one side, they've tried to address that. Now, you still can use the adapter, alright, and we'll get into that a little bit. I'll show you what the adapter looks like. Those are on those occasions where this just isn't going to like completely pan out of the box. You can have an adapter that you can use. So maybe you don't have enough ports, maybe you don't lose charging abilities, which is a nice thing that they've actually added to this. So they've got pass-through charging in this incorporated, so you can plug into your screen setup and charge your laptop. So they've thought of some things that have been kind of problematic in the past, and it's not their product, it's just the complete lineup of stuff that's out there in different configurations, older laptops, so you got to keep that in mind. So these are snap-on monitors, of course, to your laptop. They have no stickers, no adhesives, anything that you're going to have to permanently affix to your laptop that could leave residue, adhesive, damage your laptop, whatever. That's great. This is one of the few solutions I've seen that does not require that, and I love that. There's a modular design. This is going to be taken to the next level. They're going to come out with more accessories that are going to snap on here, from lighting to screen holders like for your phone or your tablet or whatever that you can affix on here. So there's a lot of nice options coming, and these screens are very modular. They just pull off, put on, so you can change their rotation. So if you want like landscape versus portrait, you can do that on the fly. That's cool. That is part of the Snap modular piece. This bracket will support laptops from 13 to 17 inches, so that's going to cover a pretty good range. Alright, if you get a 12-inch or even smaller, no, probably isn't going to work. So go out and find yourself a 13 to 17 inch so you can take this and make your work space flow anywhere, right? You can work anywhere. Be super productive with 3 screens. Okay, we'll get to that. These have a range of motion of 225 degrees, so again, you can flip-flop these however you want. The snap bracket is the heaviest piece. When you add this to your carry, so your remote carry, your remote setup, work anywhere setup, whatever, 1.5 pounds. Okay, so you're going to have a 1.5 pound with these the bracket here, right? And this comes with 2 integrated USB-C cables, but they are replaceable. So that's kind of the cool thing, right? I don't know if you could put anything but that, like an HDMI or anything in here, because a lot of people are like, well, I got HDMI versus USB-C. Not sure. We'll get into that. Maybe we'll try to test it. All right, so let's go ahead and we will pop open the Snap bracket here. And is there anything on this box that we can really cover that we haven't already kind of talked about? Not really. I do want to do a disclaimer and say that Xebec did send this to the show to review. I did not pay for this with my own money, but they have not seen this video, and so this is my true review that is unedited from any kind of bias. So again, expands to fit 13 to 7, no, I'd say 17 and a half, so a little bit larger. Again, it's powered by their Xebec Snap technology with a patent pending. Compatible with Windows, Mac, Linux, Chrome operating systems. Requires the snap screen or other snap accessories for the use. So you can't take this and use it with anything else. Got to have their monitors, right? So we'll flip it over. What's inside? You get 2 USB-C to USB-A adapters, 2 integrated USB-C cables, and 1 snap bracket. Attaches to laptop without any magnets or adhesives. Already said that. Designed for the Snap ecosystem. Again, it expands to fit 13-inch, 17-inch laptops, compact, durable design on the go, and this is very durable. That's why it's a little heavier. Telescoping center kickstand, so it's going to provide some weight balance. You don't want to impact that hinge on your laptop with putting weight on it. 1.5 pounds. So it's got a kickstand that supports that, so it doesn't wear onto your hinge on your laptop, which is awesome. And then integrated USB cables and pass-through charging, which I already kind of mentioned. And it says no additional adapters required. We'll see. I'm going to challenge it. I am going to use an older MacBook with 2 USB-C ports on one side. So we're going to challenge it. I have to use, if I want to use that MacBook, I have to use their adapter. Will it work? We'll see. All right, let's pop this open. So again, I am stoked for this system. It is thinner, lighter weight, more modular. Look at that. Yeah. So we've got our snap modules. We've got our kickstand. Let's flip it over. Oh, look at that. I love their artwork. So if you're not familiar with Xebec, their artwork just kind of makes it like you're working remote out in the nature and wilderness, and they've actually encompassed that on the design here. This is like an outdoor scene, like in the canyons, and it's integrated in here on that. That attention to detail, the little things like that, I really like. And so you get a user guide. Again, look at their little like piece wagon, right? You can camp out in your little camper van. You know, they kind of push that work anywhere lifestyle, which I'm a big fan of. Let's peel that off. So this is our integrated cables. They just kind of pop right out here. And then nice, this is actually rubber feeling, so that's kind of cool. And this just pulls apart to snap on your laptop. And it's so they're saying, here's your little adapters. You get USB type A, got some A to C adapters. And again, they're saying this is set up in like 30 seconds, maybe even less than that. I can't even, you know, we'll get to that, but 15 seconds, half that. You can set this up in 15 seconds. That was always kind of a gripe about the old system, is it took a little while. You had to dig out your cables, had to make sure your cables were all set up. If you had the adapter, you had to use that. It was kind of a pain to get the cable plugging into the underneath side of the screens. So it was a little frustrating to set up the tri-screen. Okay, we have our snap bracket. Now, one thing I do want to point out, get the trash out of the way, they have a nice carry bag for this system. Okay, this does not come with it. This is a separate piece, but they have a nice little carry pouch, which I think is awesome. Okay, because I don't want all this stuff loose in my bag, so to have it all contained in one pouch, phenomenal. So I'm very happy, and we'll look at that here after a bit. That is part of the ecosystem, though, for the Snap. Here is the monitor. This is a 13.3-inch Snap screen. This is portrait, landscape, and presentation. 13.3 full HD display. And it is premium aluminum materials. So this is a very, very nice designed laptop screen. And again, it's compatible with Windows, Mac, Linux, Chrome operating systems. And again, it's powered by their Snap technology. We'll flip it over, take a look. Use portrait, landscape, or presentation. You say, what is presentation mode? You can flip it around and use it on the back, and somebody can see exactly what you're doing. Okay, so you don't have to like turn your laptop, have them come around behind you, anything like that. They can have their own screen to see what you're doing. Aluminum materials, lightweight, compact, super bright, up to 400 nits, and again a 13.3 inch full HD display. So in my notes for these, it is 19 by 20 by 1080. The aspect ratio is 16 by 9. It has a 60 hertz refresh rate, and we already talked about the nits. They are also only 16 ounces, or aka 1 pound each. So now you have a 1.5 pound adapter and two 1 pound screens, so you're looking at 3.5 pounds total weight for this solution to be thrown into your bag. Okay, so not too terrible. So that's pretty good. Again, they're high-grade aluminum and rugged over molded TPU. So that gives them that real ruggedness, right? And if you're going to be working out in nature or whatever, remote, you want that. You don't want these to be that premium high-end that just doesn't take any kind of dust or banging around or anything like that that you want from a working anywhere kind of solution. Again, this is supposed to be set up in 15 seconds. It is low hassle compared to their other solutions, or any other solutions, not just theirs. So let's go ahead and open the screen. We'll put this snap bracket to the side, and we'll take a quick look at the screen, and then I'm going to come back and have this all kind of set up. And again, we're gonna put it to the test on this MacBook, and it's a MacBook Pro. It's a little older MacBook Pro. That's why it only has two. I think it's an M1 MacBook Pro. All right, so let's go ahead and pop the lid. Let's take a look at this. And again, the snap screen. 13.3 quick start, and then here's where you basically your modular systems, right? How you can do portrait, landscape, presentation, just all on how you're going to plug this into your snap screen. And this has some buttons underneath, so you've got some power, I think, maybe, or we'll have to look. Maybe it's brightness control. I do not see another plug on this. Did I look on this one? Let's see. Would this have the USB-C plug somewhere? So I'm interested on the pass-through, right? So we'll probably get to that, because I've not seen the pass-through charge yet. So it'll be interesting to see where that is. And again, get a user guide, 13-inch screen. Boom. How to make your screens, landscape, portrait, presentation. You can see how that kind of just folds up. And yeah, pretty much everything that we've talked about. So, alright, let's go ahead and pause the video, and what we're going to do is we're going to come back and hook this up to our MacBook Pro. I want to make sure that we've covered everything that we can until we set this up, and it looks like we have, so we'll come back and validate that we have the everything covered and it all works. And then I want to come back to the pass-through charging again, because it says that it supports 60 watt to 100 watt USB-C laptop chargers. So we'll see where that is, because I want to see, that's a key part of, especially if you have limited ports, where to pass-through charge. So we'll come back and validate that with a charger that we just did a review on, that'll actually show us what we're sending out when it comes to the wattage. So we'll be right back, guys. Alright guys, check out this setup. This isn't the setup that you would particularly want or need, but this is what I wanted to do to kind of check the awesomeness of this setup. As I went with two portrait mode setups, okay, and that one is probably the most challenging to do, especially if you're running the latest version of Mac OS, because if you've ever gone in there and tried to do screen rotations, they've completely botched it up, okay? That was one of my big concerns, is it's hard to find, okay? You don't just go into settings and displays and click on one and have a rotation in there. You've got to actually click on the display up here, and then a little pop-up box of rotation will show up. I hate pop-up boxes, because if you don't know where it's at and you don't know how to get it, it's just not visible, so it looks like it's not there. And if you go out and look at forums, they'll say, oh look, it looks like it got removed. No, it's there, it's a pain in the butt. So dumb move, Apple, thank you for that. So anyway, what I've done here is set this up as two screens, left and right. They are extended. You can see the wallpaper kind of extends a little bit too, which is kind of cool. So, you know, I can bring up Safari, and I can drag this over to, whoops, I don't want to get that. So let's just drag this up. I'm trying to do this behind the screen. It's a pain in the rear. There we go. So we'll put this on this screen, and now you can see we've got a very, very nice looking screen over here. And for say we wanted to put something else on the right. Let's see, I think I had two Safaris running. That one's got Apple Vision, so let's see if we can open another new window. And let's just type in the Xebec, our friends at Xebec here. Get their website to come up. Well, yeah, let's go ahead and click it. And now let's move this. Gosh darn it, go away. Over to this screen. And we'll expand this one. And again, doing this behind the camera, not the easiest. And then we can get rid of this. And you can see these screens look beautiful. Alright, it's totally clear. Now they're not going to match the screen that comes on your MacBook no matter what. But these look great with their full HD displays. You can adjust the color, again, up to I think 400 nits. They look great. Now, if I was going to dim the lights here, I will in a second, but I also wanted to point out the power pass-through. So we're using this Anker Prime charger here. We've only got one plugged in. So power pass-through is down here in the bottom of the snap connector, right? The snap bracket. So I've got this one plugged in. I could plug in other side here and we could double the charge coming to our MacBook, which is kind of cool. As you can see here on my screen, I have 47.2 watts, which, you know, each port has a maximum on a power bank, right? These might say 130 watt power, but it's going to be 65 and 65 out of this. So what's neat about the Xebec system is I can take another cable, plug it into this side, and I can get a true 130 watt. Now, obviously, the MacBook's not going to take 130 watts. I think it's like 80 watts or something maximum. But I would double this 47 and be able to probably keep my MacBook 100% at the same power consuming this. Okay, maybe not quite catch up because these are going to do a little bit of a power draw, and that's not normally there on a MacBook. But that is so cool to be able to do that. Now, I also wanted to point out, I used to have to use an adapter with this one. The right cable, that is, again, these are integrated and they just stow right here and here. The right cable is long enough to come down here and get my only two USB-C ports. So that is a bonus. I no longer need to use the adapter. I mentioned that. And so that's one less thing I got to carry in my bag, and super neat. The setup on this was very, very easy. Again, was it 15 seconds? No, but this is my first time. Okay, it took me just a little bit to, you know, figure out, oh, okay, these are, I just got to slide this out and put this, and how to do it all. You will want to download their display link software. It helps work this, especially with two screens, if you wanted to definitely go portrait on both, because Apple just makes it, and I'm going to try to zoom in here. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about on the Apple ecosystem here. If you go up here, you can see my screens here don't, if I can find my mouse. That's the thing when you get three screens. Where's my mouse? Where's my mouse? There it is. I can click on this screen. This one shows a rotation down here, right? But if I click on this screen, this one shows no rotation. Why? If I'm clicked on it, why doesn't it show rotation? If I click on this one over here, I show a rotation. It's almost like Apple didn't want you to do two portrait modes or something. I don't know. It's just weird. Maybe you can look at your settings if you get this and see if you see the same thing. But I'm using the display link to basically manage these. So you can see here that I've got the, if I move over, it shows me this monitor, and it's at 90 degrees. If the right, you're going to want to do it 270 degrees because it's your rightmost monitor, so it's a little bit different on its rotation versus a 90 over here. And you can see the red border because I'm highlighting it over here. It shows which one it is, and this is through their display link software, which makes it a little more easy to manage and stuff. So very, very cool. I can come over to this screen, I can hit the menu bar, so I've got workable items over here and workable items over there. So cool. If you want to look at their website here, as you can see here, the Snap, they've got portrait on the left and then landscape on the right on that view. But overall, solid solo screen. Yeah, you don't have to have two screens if you just wanted one. And there it is. It's a pretty kick butt solution here. Again, there was our old Tri-Screen 2 over here. You probably can't see it well enough, but let's shop the Snap. And again, boy, I hate pop-ups like this. Even though they're just trying to get you a coupon code or something if you want to be a first-time purchaser. Go anywhere in a Snap. I love that motto. And this is probably the best system that I have ever seen when it comes to portable displays. And I want to just point out how easy peasy this is. Look at that. I just snapped off the screen. And again, what we're going to do is we're going to tear it down super fast, right? And then we're going to put it in this little system here. So we're going to just tear one screen down. And we're going to stash it in here. We're going to tear this other screen down. Look at that. Look how easy this is. Now I'm going to put the screens facing out, not together. Alright. Then we just basically unplug, push in, and then we just basically pull apart. Look at that. Look at that. Here's our kickstand. What's nice about the kickstand, you have to push a button to release it. Okay? Once it's in there, it ain't gonna be flying out. And then our cables, they just tuck underneath. And we just slide the cable up here under the little protector that holds it. This is probably the hardest part right here, is getting this little holder. So, look at that. How cool is that? Now I wanted to point out, here is your pass-through. Okay? Right here, this is where the power bank's plugged in. So, let me get the power bank cable out of the situation. There is literally a USB-C here and a USB-C here. So you can double power pass-through. Again, I think this mentioned up to 100 watt. Now again, this is a 130 watt charger. I've used 52% just in this little process here. So, but again, all we do, stash the cables, push it in here, and I'm doing this kind of behind the camera, because you can see behind the camera, right? And then we just put this. Yeah, if I had any complaints, I'm not a big fan of this right here. That's taken me the longest to get the cables put into there. And there's our Snap. In a Snap, all done up. Let's move our laptop, get our bag back up here. We'll put the bracket in here, zip it, makes it a little tight. And maybe I don't have it in here as they prefer, but there you go. There's your whole Snap system ready to put in your bag and go. Like that. That's it. How quick and easy. That is amazing. I gotta say, if you are interested in the Xebec Snap, this is probably the best, if not even say probably, this is the best solution that I have actually reviewed out there. and more to come. This is going to get better as they keep adding accessories to go on these little modules. More to come, guys. This is just a quick little introduction. I'm going to have some posts on social media, some shorts, and some setups and stuff like that. Some good use cases, so follow along. If you have questions about anything, let me know. I'll try to answer them. If you're considering buying this and you just need some questions answered, I'll give you the honest answer. And as always, guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Have a good one.